My name is Ann Sermons Gillis, and I am a member of Unity of Charleston. And I've been interviewing our members just so we can get to know a little bit more about them, about their lives, where they came from, and maybe even where they're going. I want to welcome this morning Shawn Short. Welcome, Shawn.
Hi.
Yeah, on this warm day in the Charleston area, I'm going to ask you, where was it warm where you came from originally? Where did you come from originally?
I was born in Lawrence, Kansas, about 52 miles away from Unity Village in Missouri,
Oh, wow.
the college town where Kansas University, or University of Kansas, sorry, University of Kansas.
Okay. And where do you live now?
In Moncks Corner, South Carolina, it's about 30 miles north of Charleston in the Berkeley Country Club, a little golf course here.
So you have quite a drive to come to Unity, right?
It's about a 40-minute drive to get to
About a
Unity.
40-minute drive. So yeah, actually ours is a little longer than that. So so a lot of people like it so much they're willing to drive a long way.
That's the closest church around, the Unity Church that we know of. So
The closest one to you and me as well. Well, what brought you to the Charleston area?
I was in the Navy, and I got stationed here back in 1980, and basically got stationed here like four more times after that, and ended up buying a house in 1994 in Goose Creek, and then after I retired out of the Navy, and I was out in California when I retired, and it cost way too much to live out there, so we decided to move back here and reoccupy the house that we owned and
Oh,
lived here.
wow. Well, I guess the universe, if you were assigned there four times, it was kind of going this way, this way, this way. This is what you
Yeah,
do.
they amazingly told me I'd never be because I had so many dependents that they'd never send me out of South Carolina, and of course that didn't happen. We ended up moving my ex parent-in-laws out here from California because they were at the end of life and having medical issues. So we set them up in a apartment here, and ended up the year after we got them moved out here, they transferred me back to California.
Oh
So
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, so are you married or single?
married.
And how many children do you have?
Well, between us, we have five. She has two boys, one's 49, one's 46. I have twin boys who are 40 years of age and a daughter that's 33. And we
Oh,
have
you
12
have,
grandchildren, nine girls and three boys.
oh, twin grandkids. Oh, great.
So twin sons.
Oh, sons, twin sons. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
They were
Cool.
born in Scotland when I was in Scotland in the Navy.
Oh, cool.
They could
So,
have a dual citizenship.
so what is your, it was your career, or were you a Navy career person? What was your career?
I was a nuclear components welder in the Navy.
You say that again. You're a what?
A nuclear components welder in the Navy. I welded down in the submarines' nuclear reactors, did the
Okay.
welding of pipes and valves and stuff.
Okay. And then did you get another, after you retired from there, did you go to work?
I did. I started out as a drywall contractor working for myself after I
Okay.
retired from the
Well,
Navy.
that should be good around this area with all
Yeah,
the
it's been
building.
booming.
Yeah. So, how did your spiritual search start?
Well, funnily enough, it started in first grade in Catholic school. I noticed that everybody was talking the talk, but no one was walking the walk. They didn't practice what they were teaching us as Christ's love and acceptance and forgiveness. It was all the opposite. It was like the world was upside down. And I didn't understand it. In first grade, it was a crushing, soul crushing to realize that no one was doing what they were saying. So I started looking for other faiths, and I found the Jewish faith to be.
Well, now you probably didn't start that in the first grade, though. You
No,
said
no, no. I'm saying there was that's where it all
there's a
started.
little lull. Okay.
As I got older, I started studying other religions as I got able to read
Okay.
for myself and start looking for stuff outside of the Catholic Church. And I found that the Jewish faith was much deeper when I started reading the Kabbalah and the I looked at all the different faiths, and the one that touched base with me the best was the Native American, because they saw God's spirit in everything, and that's what really motivated me the most is that religion. So,
All right. And so how did you find unity?
well, I was when me and Lindy met. She was going to a church that was more of a Helen Brimfire type, and I was going to the Catholic Church. So we tried each other's churches, and we didn't like either one of those churches. And we ended up going to a flute concert that Austin O'Malley was holding at Unity Church, and it was just gorgeous. They had candles all around the outside windows of the church and up on the stage, and all the lights were dimmed, and that it was the most beautiful flute concert I'd ever attended.
Wow.
And I really loved the church atmosphere. So we went back that Sunday, and it was like coming home. It was like everybody hugging you and welcoming you, and the smiles, and it was like there was unconditional love in that place that I couldn't find any place other than my Al-Anon meetings, and it was
Um,
just amazing.
so sweet. Well, when was that? How long ago was that?
2002.
2002. So quite a long time ago. And so now, after you've done this search and you've been in Unity for quite a long time, and you've been in Al-Anon, which is another spiritual program, really, what is your philosophy of life?
Um, it's that we're all God's children, and we're all connected to everything in the universe through the God particle, which is in every molecule. So, and then we're simply here to serve each other and to find our connection with our higher powers and help each other find that connection. Because salvation is not an individual thing; it's a communal thing. We all have to get there together.
Yeah. If we're one, it doesn't make sense to leave our foot behind, does it?
Exactly.
Well, do you have any favorite books or authors that, or even movies or anything that, has touched you that you could share with us?
Yeah, one of my favorites is The Shack by William Paul Young.
Hmm.
Um, it's just such beautiful explanation of how the Trinity works, and that we all got to get there together, and God loves us all no matter what. Um, but also Richard Rohr, who's a Franciscan monk,
Yeah.
he's written a lot of good books. One's The Naked Now, another is Divine Dance, which really explains the Trinity. And then there's the Breathing Underwater book he does, which is on the 12-step spirituality.
Wow.
And The Universal Christ is a really good one, too. Um, and another one called Falling Upward. And then there's Don Miguel Ruiz, who has, of course, did the Four Agreements, the Mastery, Love, Voice of Knowledge. And what really got me going, and I guess changed my brain's software, was reading the Course of Miracles back in the early '80s, and then now we're starting to look at the Course of Love. And
Okay.
then I'd also like to put a shout out to the new Gospels that just came out, which is the Gospel of Thomas, Judas, and Mary Magdalene, which are awesome reading too. It
Oh,
really,
nice. Well, thank you. Thank you. This was a lot. If anybody wanted to follow on your path, there'd be a lot to read, huh? Oh, that's great. Well, do you have any passions or hobbies?
I love doing ancestry, finding people's family trees, and I've done like 20 different DNA samples that attach to my trees. I've done them on my wife's side of the family. I've done them on my side of the family. I've done my mother, father, brother, grandchildren, children, cousins, and I've broken down a lot of brick walls in our family history that we couldn't break down before. So it's been a passion of mine. And also find a grave where I go out and take photos of graves for other people, and they take photos for me. Has been a um, great fun. And then, of course, eating good food. So,
I'm going to go back to Find a Grave. So, what is Find a Grave about? Now, somebody
it's where you volunteer to go and take photos of grave sites
in
in
your
your
area,
area. And
yeah.
then Lindy has family up in Pennsylvania. I have family in Kansas. So the volunteers that are up there or in those areas go and take pictures for us, for our family members. And then I put them all on the family tree, the pictures of the graves, so we can remember the people that came before us.
Oh, wow. Well, there are a lot of traditions that really honor the ancestors, and I guess if it wasn't for the ancestors, we wouldn't be here. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you very much, ancestors. We appreciate that.
The stories are so amazing. It's just incredible what they went through to get for us to be here.
Yeah, and as Sarah, aka Scotty, said one time, there's that some scientists did a study on how, or they figured out what was the chances of us being here and being us, uniquely us. It's 1 in 400 trillion chances that everything had to fall together for us to be who we are and be here in this body. Of course, we're not the bodies, but I mean, that's the evolutionary path of the body for us to be here. As far as we know, consciousness may have had something to do with that too, with those choices. Do you participate in any spiritual practices?
Yeah, do my meditations first thing in the morning. I read the Daily Word and Richard Rohr's daily meditation, which is a non-dualistic type of thought-based meditation. And then I have a gratitude list first thing when I wake up in the morning, and a gratitude list when I go to bed at night. Helps keep me positive and keeps me in my heart instead of in my head.
Oh, wow.
And then the Al-Anon program, uh, giving back. I'm heavily involved with service work in Al-Anon, doing Alateen group here in Moncks Corner. Also in charge of the Alateens for the state. I'm the area coordinator for the state on that. I'm also the website coordinator for both our district and our state websites. And I was doing the website for Unity of Mount Pleasant, and trying to turn that over right now. So the best thing is that I guess it's like love. You can't keep it if you don't give it away. You have to give it away to get it. So
That's wonderful. Well, I met y'all a long time ago before I even moved here, and y'all certainly you're always bringing things to give to people. So you definitely are a servant of love. That is wonderful, and thank you so much for all the service that you do. So is there anything else that you would like to say? Any words of advice or goodbye?
just the beauty is in the flaws, and if it wasn't for our cracks and flaws, God light wouldn't shine out of us and spread out. So that's all I got.
Well, that's a great message. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you at church. Take a good day. Have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.